I started filmmaking when I was young. I was maybe 7 years old, and I would make these small videos on the home movie camera that we had. And I would record these like fictional short films about like adventure or interesting topics, or even if it was just me walking on a beach. I had this fascination with environmental storytelling. And it really helped kind of curate a passion for storytelling those early years. And yeah, I mean, honestly, that kind of led into my passion for video games as well, which, you know, really fascinated me when I was younger because of that ability to just plop you right out into a different world, like take you out of your current situation and immerse you in a new world, new universe, new fiction. You know, I just fell in love with that. My name is Gage Allen, and I am the creative director and founder of Player One Trailers. My inspiration to get into games came from this open world RPG called Fallout 3. The same guys that did the Elder Scrolls games, you know, Bethesda Game Studios. And that game, the post-apocalyptic nature and the environmental storytelling was really inspirational, and it immersed me in a way that some other games hadn't at the time. But that was the game that really made me realize that I could combine my passions for video games and filmmaking. Many years later, I now work in video games officially and professionally by making game trailers and cinematics, and being able to work on some of the world's best games and highest reviewed games and most loved games, you know, like Divinity Original Sin and Baldur's Gate and The Long Dark and Stellaris and all sorts of stuff. And I've been able to make stories within these worlds and jump to different ones. And the fact that I have such great relationships with game developers and they trust me to help tell the world their story is a dream come true. So that's kind of how Player One got started and how we kind of grew to where we are. One thing that's really cool about being able to do this job is the fact that, you know, I started as a fan of games. I was right there just waiting every E3, every showcase, you know, wanting that next trailer, and then losing my mind when it was like awesome and, you know, it was a game you really wanted to come out. And the fact that I'm now on kind of the other side and I'm working directly with the teams and talking about these announcements and how they're crafted and having a direct hand in the making of it, it really, I think, gives me a unique perspective of what fans want to see and, you know, how to go about telling that story and that information and showing them the best parts of the game, but in a way that's accurate and does the game justice. So Player One is really a manifestation of my love of filmmaking and video games. As an artist, or as anyone, when you make something that's, you know, you're just putting everything into it, there's a level of vulnerability that comes with that. You know, your creation in a way becomes of an extension of who you are. And it can be kind of scary to make something like that because you don't know what people are going to think. There are times where, like, I am terrified to release something because I put so much into it and it's so much of just, you know, my heart, really. And you don't know what people are going to think about it. And it's a very vulnerable moment of just, you know, here you go, have what, you know, here's the thing. That form of creation, I think, that fact that it makes us vulnerable, that's the part that matters. Like, that's the part that really shows the world who you are. And I think more creators should be willing to show that side of them, because you never know, that really is the side that will affect people, you know, and whether it's a film or in your writing or, you know, as a video game or anything, we've seen it. This kind of stuff, storytelling, is the most powerful form of creation, really, and it can change the world. It can change how people feel. It can change someone's life. I think having the strength to let that out is what makes you you. Now we've got some pretty exciting announcements coming up, and we'll see what people think. For the last few years, we've been working on something. A new branch, specializing in storytelling. From us, directly to you. And we're calling it Player One Stories.
I don't want to set the world on fire. I just want to start a flame in your heart. In my heart I have but one desire, and that one is you. No other will do. I've lost all ambition for worldly acclaim. I just want to be the one you love, and with your admission that you feel the same, I'll have reached the goal I'm dreaming of. Believe me, I don't want to set the world on fire.
I need you to listen to me very closely. They're coming for you. And they're gonna be here any minute. So I need you to trust me. Can you do that for me?
Many years ago, everything changed. We were forced into an eternal slumber. But when we awoke to a dead world, we saw nothing but a monument to a broken past. Yet here we are, Guardian, forever facing the threat of the darkness, becoming the harbingers of light. But just know, I've got your back. And I will always try to bring you home.
I know. I'm afraid there's no going back after this one, buddy. You ready?
Always.
Do you hear that? The pulse in the distant void. The heartbeat of the galaxy.
Let me tell you a story about the giants of old.
Today, we showed you the current state of Player One Trailers, our award-winning creative agency with industry-leading capabilities. We also unveiled a new branch, which will focus on creating original stories from us directly to you. With Player One Stories, we'll be creating within pre-existing game worlds, as well as some of our own. However, there's one thing left. What do we call these two things together? It's simple, really. Player One Studios.